Hello and welcome to the Midday Update. These are the top headlines from our newsroom today. Efforts to vaccinate all school children in Oman by mid-October. Campuses turn lively as schools reopen in Oman. New COVID-19 cases in US tripled over last year. Afghanistan's new Taliban government includes hardliners with no women. India's COVID-19 tally rises to 33,096,718. Oman go down fighting to Saudi Arabia. These were the top headlines from our news studio today. In addition to that, earlier today, we had the opportunity to talk to His Excellency Christian Brunmeier, Ambassador of Austria, about tourism in Austria, his plans in the Sultanate, and much more. We'll be playing his interview right after this weather update. Now, according to the statement issued by the Oman Meteorology, it said, along the coastal area of Oman Sea, wind will be northeasterly light to moderate during day, becoming variable light and southwesterly moderate to fresh along Arabian Sea coast, while over the rest of the Sultanate, it will be southerly to southeasterly light to moderate. With that, let's have a look at the weather in the rest of the governorates. Muscat will be sunny with temperatures between 29 to 38 degrees Celsius. Musanna will also be sunny with temperatures between 31 to 43 degrees Celsius. North Al Batna will be partly cloudy with temperatures between 29 to 35 degrees Celsius. South Al Batna will be expecting a thunder shower with temperatures between 27 to 39 degrees Celsius. Al Buraimi will be sunny with temperatures between 31 to 46 degrees Celsius. Ad Dahra will also be expecting thunder showers with temperatures between 31 to 44 degrees Celsius. Ad Dakhliya will also be expecting thunder shower with temperatures between 29 to 43 degrees Celsius. North East Sharqiya will be expecting thunder showers with temperatures between 27 to 42 degrees Celsius. South East Sharqiya will be sunny with temperatures between 29 to 39 degrees Celsius. Al Wusta will be expecting tornado with temperatures between 30 to 41 degrees Celsius. Dhofar will be expecting thunder showers with temperatures between 26 to 30 degrees Celsius.
Oman's largest online supermarket now has no minimum order limit. From grocery to household items, Rafiq has everything that you want. Enjoy worry-free shopping with over 8,000 products to choose from and get it delivered straight to your doorstep. Rafiq, you order, we deliver.
Welcome back to TTV. You're watching Midday Update. Now, before we get into the details of the local stories for today, let's see how the COVID-19 situation looks like in the Sultanate. The Ministry of Health has announced the registration of 2 new death cases due to coronavirus in Oman today. With this, the total deaths now stands at 4,083. The health officials have also extended their deepest condolences to the families of the deceased. In addition to that, the Ministry of Health has also announced the registration of 52 new cases of coronavirus in Oman today. With this, the total confirmed cases now stands at 302,867, which also includes total recoveries of 292,910, as well as total deaths of 4,083. The health officials have also received 94 recoveries in the past 24 hours. The Ministry of Health has urged all the citizens and residents living in the Sultanate to follow the precautionary measures issued by the Supreme Committee and the Ministry of Health. Now, as I mentioned earlier today, that we had the opportunity to interview the Ambassador of Austria in the Sultanate. So let's have a look at his clip. Thank you so much, Your Excellency, for joining us today. It's a pleasure to have you on our show. And before we start the conversation, we know that you have been in Oman for almost 2 years. How has your journey been so far?
Thank you for having me. It's a real pleasure to have been staying in this country for the last 2 years. It's such a beautiful country, but it's not only the beauty of the country that is striking, it's also the kindness and friendliness of the people. And I also had the opportunity to explore the country already. So I traveled to places like Nizwa, Jebel Akhtar, or the village of Wakan, and the sea. So I really enjoyed my time. I even spent one night together with my family in a desert camp. So that was that was a real adventure.
Right.
And I'm also enjoying food, I must say. So especially like the fish specialty here.
Right.
I mean, they're amongst the best in the world.
Yes. Your Excellency, I would really like to congratulate you, as we heard that the Austrian embassy in the Sultanate is reopening very soon. Can you tell our viewers a little about when we can expect the embassy to reopen and what kind of services will be available?
So the embassy was operational already over the last 2 years. So it started when I arrived in Muscat, and that was in October 2019. But of course the formal opening of the embassy will take place now very soon, when the Foreign Minister of Austria will visit Muscat, and that will happen next week already. So we are really looking forward to that.
Yeah, we absolutely are looking forward to that too. In terms of service, Your Excellency, what kind of services will be there in terms of getting appointment? We are still in the midst of COVID-19, although the country has reopened and people are getting vaccinated. Will there be any kind of protocol that people need to follow to get an appointment?
There are no real protocol. I mean, in order to get an appointment, it is easy. And either you visit the website, or you send us an email, or you call us and you'll get an appointment. Of course, you will have to wear the mask when coming to the premises of the embassy.
So that's about the embassy and the reopening and what people should be following. I'm really glad, Your Excellency, that you mentioned that people can get in touch through the phone call or even the website, which is being displayed right now on the screens right now. In terms of tourism, when we talk about Austria, like when we say the word Austria, the first thing that comes to our mind is the gorgeous and breathtaking landscape of the country. Do you recommend people here in Oman to visit Austria? And if yes, then what is the right time for people to go and see the beauty of Austria?
So Austria is really an ideal destination for tourism. There are many reasons for that. We have beautiful mountains, beautiful greeneries, forests, and crystal clear lakes, and also cozy villages. Also the town of Zell am See, for instance, where many Omanis go, is really to be recommended. There are not only beautiful landscapes and where you can spend relaxing together with your family, or even more active, like biking and hiking and climbing. But you also have the cities in Austria. I mean, the beautiful cities such as Vienna and Salzburg. In Vienna, you can still feel this imperial flair from the past, because Vienna used to be the capital of a big empire. And you can see the palaces from the old times, which are really worth visiting.
Right.
You can go to the palace of Schönbrunn, which is the former summer palace of the imperial family. And then, of course, you don't have to miss the concerts, the classical music concerts in Austria, in the concert halls, or go to the state opera. And then you can also spend some time in one of the coffee houses, which are famous for ordering one cup of coffee and staying there for hours, enjoying and relaxing, and to have the famous pastries from Vienna, the Viennese pastries. One of which I would recommend is the chocolate cake, the so-called Sachertorte.
Oh my God, I'm already drooling thinking about all the delicious food that you just named. I'm so glad, Your Excellency, you have actually named the places for the viewers, so that if they're planning their trip, they exactly know where to start and which places to go to. Talking about tourism, how easy or how complicated would it be for people to apply the tourist visa from Oman, and approximately how long it will take to get the visa?
So the visa section of the embassy is not opened yet, but as soon as we are open, the visa should take about 15 days, a maximum of 15 days to be obtained. For Omanis, it's usually shorter, and for expats, depending on the nationalities, it can take a little over 15 days.
Right, so it depends on the nationality.
It depends on the nationality, and it depends first, and the appointments would also have to be made not directly at the embassy, but with the visa service company, which is called VFS.
Right, VFS, yes. Your Excellency, tourism being one reason to visit Austria. In your opinion, are there more reasons for people who are not just seeking tourism, but they can also visit Austria?
Yes, there are many other reasons to visit Austria. One of the reasons would be to go there to study. I mean, we have very good universities in Austria. One of them is the mining university in Leoben, which is a very traditional one of the oldest mining universities in the world. But then you could also go to Austria to have medical treatment. We have also very high-level hospitals with highly qualified staff and with cutting-edge equipment. So there are many reasons to go to Austria.
Right. Now talking about your agenda in Oman, what's your way forward? What exactly are your plans? You know, being the ambassador of Austria in Oman, what exactly is that you want to achieve?
So my plan is to promote trade relations. I mean, trade relations have been going well over the past years, and Austrian companies have been active here in Oman very successfully. But there is still potential for more, and so I want to be the one who will promote companies from Austria coming to Oman to invest here, but also the one who will try to bring Omani companies to invest in Austria. And there, when you look at the strategy Oman Vision 2040, you can see areas that are also of high interest for Austria, like the renewable energy,
right,
the green hydrogen, and also the tourism sector, which is very important in Austria as well. So there are many areas of cooperation. But I also want to put a focus on the people-to-people contact. I want to promote the people-to-people contacts, and the best way to do that is through cultural projects. So my aim is to promote cultural projects where you have the participation of Omani artists together with Austrian artists, working jointly on an artwork, working on a joint exhibition, or on a joint concert, for instance. So my dream would be to have a joint orchestra composed by Omani musicians and Austrian musicians performing in the Royal Opera House in Muscat.
I can't wait to actually look forward to that. I mean, that would be an amazing thing. You know that people in Oman thoroughly enjoy music, and Royal Opera House is the perfect place to actually hold concerts. So what I'm understanding, Your Excellency, is basically you are going to be the bridge between the two countries coming together, further strengthening the relationships.
Right, that is exactly correct. I mean, that's the aim of an embassy, also to have a wide array of areas of cooperation. We are like a platform of contacts. We are the matchmaking between the two countries.
Right. Thank you so much, Your Excellency, for taking out time and joining us and having this wonderful conversation.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Well, that was the Ambassador of Austria in conversation with us earlier today, and now with the local news for today. It is expected that by mid-October, all students will receive 2 doses of the COVID-19 vaccine, the Under-Secretary of the Ministry of Education said in an interview with Oman TV. Dr. Abdullah bin Khamis Ambusaidi, Under-Secretary of the Ministry of Education, confirmed that the new academic year will begin with 2 direct and integrated systems in accordance with health procedures and in cooperation with the Ministry of Health. The Under-Secretary added that we do not want to rush the matter and return directly to education because the health situation is still not clear. Our coordination with the Ministry of Health and with the Supreme Committee's directives regarding the operation of schools is permanent. On the Ministry's preparations for the new school year 2021-2022, the Under-Secretary of the Ministry of Education said that this year about 70,000 new students will enter the educational system, and the Ministry is cautious about the issue of return completely to the education. The Ministry has developed a guiding framework that helps the educational directives to implement precautions. Regarding the possibility of the emergence of COVID-19 infection in schools, His Excellency said that since last year, the health protocol has been issued, which is the fruit of cooperation between the Ministry of Education and the Ministry of Health. The implementation of this protocol has avoided many problems inside schools, and infections during the last year were generally reasonable in light of the strength of the pandemic in that period. After 17 months, a large number of students and teachers returned to their classrooms. Times of Oman spoke to teachers, students, and parents to find out about their experience on the first day of school and what they thought about schools reopening. Randa Ahmadi, head of administration from Al Shamouk International School, said, "Our classrooms and hallways have been silent and empty. On Sunday, September 5th, we were delighted to welcome back our students as we were extensively preparing to make the school a safe place for them. I'm so happy to be back, and it's way better than online learning because you are here in person, sitting at your desk, and the teachers can teach us easily with whiteboards," said Fatma Al-Balushi, grade 9 student at a private school in Muscat. "I woke up very energetic today to prepare my children's lunch boxes," said Jamila Badir, an Omani parent. She added, saying that, "This morning my daughter was skipping by her school's gate. This shows how happy she was." Sahleh Ali, a grade 11 student, attends a private school in Muscat. He has a bright smile drawn on his face as a result of the decision to reopen schools. "I'm eager to return to school today. We haven't had face-to-face courses in the school in a long time, and I miss the complete learning environment," he remarked. This was all from a local desk for today. It's time for us to take a quick commercial break, but stay tuned as we have more updates coming your way from our international desk.
Oman's largest online supermarket now has no minimum order limit. From grocery to household items, Rafiq has everything that you want. Enjoy worry-free shopping with over 8,000 products to choose from and get it delivered straight to your doorstep. Rafiq, you order, we deliver.
Welcome back to TTV. You're watching Midday Update. And now from International Desk. The United States is reporting 3 times more cases of COVID-19 on an average than it did a year ago. According to data from Johns Hopkins University, the 7-day average of daily new cases in the US was 137,270 as of Monday. At the same time, last year the country was averaging just over 39,000. Labor Day weekend saw more than 3 times the number of new cases than in 2020, during a time when they thought the pandemic may be coming to a close, according to data from the university. The surge in cases is blamed on the Delta variant, which health officials say is more transmissible than other variants. Currently, just 53% of the Americans, including kids as young as 12 years, are fully vaccinated. Just over 62% have had at least one dose, indicating that new COVID-19 vaccine uptake is slowing. However, widespread vaccinations have helped limit COVID-19 deaths. Despite seeing more than 3 times as many daily cases on Labor Day 2021 compared to last year, the US only sees about 1.8 times as many daily deaths. Hospitalizations are far higher now than they were at this time last year, meaning an impending fall spike in hospital resource use could be devastating. Hospitals across the several spiking states struggle to maintain operations amid shortages of beds, medical supplies, and personal protective equipment. After the fall of the Republic of Afghanistan, the Taliban on Tuesday formed the interim Islamic Emirate, appointing hardliners in its new government who oversaw the 20-year fight against the US-led military coalition. The cabinet members consist of many Taliban figures that are considered hardliners. The list, announced by chief spokesman Zabiullah Mujahid, was dominated by members of the group's old guard, with no women included. Mullah Muhammad Hassan Akhund is appointed as Prime Minister with 2 deputies, Mullah Abdul Ghani Baradar and Maulvi Abdul Salam Hanafi. Akhund was also a close aide to the group's late founder, Mullah Omar, and is on United Nations sanctions list. He was previously the foreign minister and then deputy prime minister during the group's last stint in power from 1996 to 2001. Maulavi Muhammad Yaqub Mujahid, son of Mullah Umar, has been appointed as Minister of Defence. Maulvi Sirajuddin Haqqani has been appointed as a Minister of Interior, while Maulvi Amir Khan Mutaqi, a Taliban negotiator in Doha, as Minister of Foreign Affairs. India's COVID-19 tally rose to 33,096,718 on Wednesday, as 37,875 new cases were registered during the past 24 hours across the country, showed the Federal Health Ministry's latest data. Besides, as many as 369 deaths due to the pandemic since Tuesday morning took the total death toll to 441,411. The most numbers of single-day new cases and deaths were reported from the southern state of Kerala. There are still 391,256 active COVID-19 cases in the country, even as there was a reduction of 1,608 active cases during the past 24 hours. A total of 32,264,051 people have been successfully cured and discharged from hospitals so far, out of which 39,114 were discharged during the past 24 hours. Once again, it's time for a quick commercial break, but stay tuned as we have more updates from our sports desk.
Oman's largest online supermarket now has no minimum order limit. From grocery to household items, Rafiq has everything that you want. Enjoy worry-free shopping with over 8,000 products to choose from and get it delivered straight to your doorstep. Rafiq, you order, we deliver.
Welcome back to TTV watching Midday Update. And now from a sports desk. A brave Oman display against Saudi Arabia ended in a 1-0 defeat for the hosts in their Group B match for the 2022 FIFA World Cup qualifiers at Sultan Qaboos Stadium in Bushehr. Striker Saleh Al Shehri scored the only goal of the game in the 42nd minute, converting Fawad Al Muwallad's clever back heel to give the visitors all 3 points. The match was also of note for the return of fans to support the national team, albeit in a reduced capacity. COVID restrictions meant this was the first time in 18 months that they were allowed into stadiums. Both sides were evenly matched throughout the game, each conjuring seven scoring opportunities, although only one was on target. The visitors, however, dominated possession with 62% and were a bit better at passing compared to the hosts. The Saudis also committed more fouls at 12 compared to Oman, which were at 6. The result puts Oman in 4th place in Group B with 3 points from 2 games, while the Saudis are second behind Australia. The top 2 teams from both groups in the 3rd round of the Asian sector of World Cup qualifiers will make it through to Qatar 2022. Oman's next game is against Australia in Sydney on October 7th, while the Saudis place Japan at home on the same day. With this news, we have come to the end of the episode for today, but stay tuned as we'll be back again tomorrow with more updates and latest news your way. Keep watching TTV.
You've just heard the live feed from the TTV studios on TFM 95.4. Let's talk.